Jenny is, what is like a politically correct way of saying?
A cool.
Nope.
Fun to be around.
Nope, that's not it. It reflects her lack thereof mind. You know, there's like a brain, what you might call an issue.
Guys, my mic just crapped out.
No! Jenny had a pathundra, look it up, dictionary, buy one, of technical problems. And Sammy is now in the midst of quite a few. So I just want you to, if you're out there thinking, this week's been tough, today's been tough, just know that the two idiots I surround myself with have had very equally potentially tough experiences themselves, and not everybody is as perfect as they appear. They may be handsome, Jenny especially, but that doesn't mean they're, damn son, smart.
I wish you guys could see what's happening.
I'm back.
Oh no, he's back.
Wait,
I'm gonna break some necks.
Hello everybody and welcome back to a beautiful episode of Better Off Better, your favorite podcast.
It is a pretty good looking episode, isn't it? Damn. Yeah, no,
It
now that
does
you
look
mention
good.
it.
What is that, a sepia tone?
Amazing.
Damn, are those skinnies or those slims?
I don't get that.
Okay,
Yep.
Guys, this is a Gene reference.
Oh.
If perhaps the podcast was wearing a pair of pants, or a pair of trousers,
Yeah.
and I was noticing the fit on them, I like the fit on them, and I
Okay.
said,
Well-
what size of jeans are those, is what I was doing.
No, people say that skinny jeans aren't cool anymore.
Well, that's why I
Yeah,
said
they're-
slim.
they're
Maybe
not
then you
in.
would have answered. If you were the
So-
podcast answering me back, you would have said slim, and you wouldn't have to be rude.
Is slim different than skinny?
What are your names?
Let's just move on. My name is Jenny.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Chris.
Welcome.
This podcast is Better Off Better.
Better off better!
A podcast where us three are bad people and we're trying to get better through many different outlets, whether it be this podcast is split into two parts.
All right, I'm doing it. This is our competitive cutthroat journey to self-betterment. Every episode, we take on some form of challenge, activity, voyage, if you will, to become better people, to improve ourselves. You can look at our backlog. Sometimes the things are medically, scientifically backed, practices you may possibly have heard of in your life. Sometimes they're not that. They're more experimental, maybe internet subculture backed, weirder, pseudoscience backed things that may or may not make you better. But either way, we are here to determine if those things, if those practices, if done over a 7-day trial period, do in fact make us better people, because we could use it. Every episode of this show is split up into two parts. Part one, the before. We come at you before our 7-day journey begins and tell you the thing we're going to be doing, give you some of the facts, tell you what's going down, how we're feeling about it, and also are hilarious, probably, during that part one. You never know, you never know. And of course, part two, the after. We come back after the 7-day journey with the results. The juicy deets from our journey. And of course, every episode ends in that beautiful competitive cutthroat way I previously hinted at. We vote, we fight, we rebuttal on a weekly champion and a weekly loser. Because if you're not competing against your friends to become better people, what the hell's the point at all?
What even is the point, guys?
True, Chris. You could say that we're getting healthy in the least healthy way possible.
I would definitely consider saying it just like that.
I could, I would, and I did.
This is the show, and what the hell are we doing this week?
Yo mama.
No.
Oh my God.
You're not.
Oh.
Hey, Ma, run! They're coming! Sam and Jenny are coming, and they look hungry.
Good one, Chris. I liked it.
Yeah, what are we doing this week?
Yo mama.
Ma,
Run!
they're serious.
We're doing like writing or something.
Yeah, we're doing writing assignments or some shit.
If we have to ever sell anything, we'll definitely send Jenny in. She plays it so cool that they'll have to say
like,
yes. 'Cause
"No,
they're
what?
like, this person doesn't need us. They would act like
Yeah.
they cared or showed some sort of human life force inside their soul. If they actually cared about this, we must work with them.
It's the Sunnies that really does it. I just sit back.
Yeah, so I guess we could touch on that. Why are you wearing sunglasses on our podcast?
You look like a fly. Little buzz
Well,
fly.
we average about 3 views on the video.
Yeah, well, sometimes 4.
So I figure nobody will know if I'm wearing sunglasses. And
It's actually a great point you just made, though. If you're just listening right now, this is also a video podcast, so get the hell on YouTube.
Yeah, check it out. Get that up to 6 views.
they make me more comfortable.
Okay, I shouldn't have asked.
My eyes dart around everywhere, and I don't like it. I paid a lot of attention to it.
Okay, so you're wearing insecurity glasses on this show right now?
Yeah, well, because when I take them off, I'm like,
Yeah, that's
Okay,
that
so I
is
guess
what
just keep
she's like.
the glasses on.
She's doing like a ventriloquist dummy eye roll thing that she does.
yeah.
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 She is actually, she
Yeah.
does have somebody's hand is up her ass right now. I didn't know if that was a puppet thing or
Yeah.
something else, but
It's a little of both.
okay.
I really would rather not talk about it, honestly.
Yeah, pay no attention to me. Oh, okay. Sorry, hand guy. Oh my God. So this week we are indubitably doing I don't know how we'll phrase it. Writing assignment every single day for a week. Let's just right away clarify what that means, because we've done daily journaling in the past, which is a very self-reflective kind of, and that's an old episode. I mean, fuck those guys. We're different people at this point. Like, honestly,
We're new now.
new episode, new us. We change every week.
True. But we're tapping more into our creative side
Yes,
for this
exactly.
one. And doing a little creative writing, if you will.
Yeah. And I would say that, creative writing for sure. I think it can be perhaps, I don't know if you write fiction. We're movie people. Like, you can check us out on cinemonic.com. We have some movies and shit. But I would say a script would count under this category. Maybe writing ideas out. Maybe writing some sort of fiction if you want to write a fucking short story. I don't know. Or maybe blog posts or articles or whatever. Because again, also on the site we have articles. I think anything like that would count under this. It's not self-reflective. We're not doing diary entries or anything like that. It is creating something.
Okay.
Right? So we're creating a form of writing every single day, a finished writing every single day.
And I think the rule should be it has to be at least a paragraph, which a paragraph that I learned in school, it has to be at least six
At least a
sentences.
page, I say. Wuss.
A page?
Yeah.
Fucking that. How big can the font be?
32.
Okay, perfect. Double spaced.
Yeah, double spaced, 32
Which
font.
is like 2 sentences.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's
A
good.
page. I'm doing a paragraph. What do you mean a fucking page?
Oh God. Okay, so we'll see who wins this week. But sounds
Okay.
good. Sounds good on that one. But yeah, man. I mean, this will be very interesting, and I think we shouldn't specify what specific things we will be writing, because I think that'll be fun on the other side of
Yeah,
this.
it can't be self-reflective is the only rule.
Yeah, none of
Yeah.
that diary bullshit. Okay, we're creating interesting writings that will be put out into the world. That is the point of this
Exactly.
week. Yeah. That's sick. You guys are probably wondering about benefits, though. Like, why would we do this if this is such a self-betterment show?
Yeah,
like,
what are the benefits?
what the hell's the point, right? Jenny, are you also wondering? Like Sam asked.
You did.
Kind of on the fence.
Well, let me get you off the fence. I pushed her. For those just listening, yeah. But now let me emotionally get you off the fence and tell you there are a ton of benefits of writing every day. Let's also, I guess, contextualize this real quick. We're all writers in some way, right? Like I said, we've got articles on the site, we've got articles on our own site, all that shit. So we write internet stuff on occasion, but specifically, we make movies.
Movie.
It is just common practice knowledge on every source that I found that it is so important that if you are a writer, or if you call yourself a writer and then you record comedy podcasts, it actually specifically says that.
Yep.
That's
us.
Writing every day, it's just a must. It improves your skill, obviously, but it goes deeper than that.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
use it or lose it. Which is the same thing with weight loss and food. Use it, and if you don't use it, you lose it.
Hey,
Wait.
Twisted
you
right around
wait
on you.
if you don't use it.
let's
What?
just
That doesn't make
move
sense.
on.
Yeah, you could write that down, though, if you want to start writing that
I
quote
don't
down.
think
That's
I
pretty
will.
good.
Okay.
I don't think I will.
Okay, we'll agree it was good, though.
What are the perks?
Oh my God, let me hit you with some the key pointers here. So, amongst the many benefits of daily writing in this way is better self-discipline, improving your overall writing skills, cultivating self-awareness, better decision-making, I don't really know that one, seeing the power of compounding in action, that's an important one, we'll get back to that in a hot sec, helping with writer's block, there's no writer's block if you have to have something done every single day, expanding your vocabulary, becoming a better writer, again emphasized, relieving stress, and making a profit. We're ending on a weak note. I don't think we're making a profit this week, but
I'm going to be making big time profit on my
I don't
writing.
know. Spiral Notebooks has been reaching out, wanting to have them be a sponsor
Yeah.
for us. So maybe
we're very selective, though. We're so selective with our sponsors that we often don't even have them.
that is true. That's why we don't have any, guys, if you were interested.
If you were
that's
wondering.
I would just like to say that this episode is sponsored by filing for bankruptcy. So just quick shout out there to our respective banks.
Yes. And also a quick shout out to Please Help Us.
Yeah. Similar to BetterHelp, but it's just us wanting to kill ourselves.
It's just a public Venmo, and it's mine. And also, this is my address. Oh my God. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of benefits. The big one, though, it's just doing it. It's the mix of that compound one, the better writing skill. There's a lot to habit building, right? This is not insightful. Everybody knows habits are cool, right? Go read a goddamn book. But the power of compounding with something like this, I think it's like Jerry Seinfeld. You may have heard of him. He's, we're bigger, obviously.
I have heard of him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the guy who drinks coffee, right?
Coffee guy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's got that little show or whatever. He's been, again, another one that just keeps reaching out. And I'm sorry, Jerry. We'll get back to, we're going through the emails. There's so many of them.
Sorry, Jer.
Sorry, Jer.
Guys, come on!
Jerry,
I want to be on the show!
Stop, Jerry, please.
Jerry, get back in the closet.
Back
come
in
on,
the closet,
stop.
Jerry.
You know you're not supposed to come out.
Jerry,
I want to
Jerry,
be in the...
get in the closet.
What's the deal with airline food?
Basically, he's known for his habit of writing every single day. With him, obviously, specifically, it's stand-up stuff, so it's bits, it's jokes, whatever. But he has an X system. So he has I think it's a year calendar, right? This is the gist of it. And every day that he successfully writes comedy, writes jokes, whatever, he gets to put an X up on the calendar. And the whole basis is to not break the chain. So every single day he has to get an X up on that board. So at some point in the day, he has to finish his writing, whatever the thing that he's writing that day is, he has to finish his writing and he puts an X up on the board. This is the basis of so many habit apps. We'll do more habit stuff in the future, sure. But his specifically is actually very relevant on this one because that's what we're doing across this week. And some would say that's why he's such a good comedy voice.
Such a good one.
You can debate your subjective comedy taste, but you can't debate the fact that the man has an impressive net worth and he's done well with himself.
Can't debate that.
Yeah, so he has been doing it for God knows how many years, not breaking the chain. So that's what we're doing this week. We are not breaking the chain, just like Jer, on our writing. It doesn't necessarily have to be comedy, but it does have to be some form of that creative whatever.
Interesting. What's compounding?
It's like compound interest.
It's like that.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, so it's beneficial. I mean, can we just sum it up in a sentence and say doing a thing you want to get better at every single day is beneficial?
I could say that.
So that's what we're goddamn doing.
Okay.
Maybe it'll make us better self-awareness, better self-esteem, increase our self-discipline and make us happy. Who knows? But at the very least, I hope this makes us more consistent writers and more consistently.
Yeah.
We've done a couple of these now where we're forced to finish a thing in a day, and I like that theme. I like the more of those that we can do because we have only had.
Well, you didn't really do it last time.
We've only had nice, sexy things to say about those things. So hopefully this is the same on that pattern of finishing a thing every day and making it less intimidating to start.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next segment. Initial fears. Initial fears. Jenny, it's initial fears, dumbass.
Initial fear. I'm so scared initially.
What is this segment, Jenny?
This segment is the segment where we talk about our fears going into this week and things that we are worried about for this challenge. Chris, would you like to start?
Yeah, I guess I'll start.
Doesn't seem like you want to start.
I'm really, really, really bad at letting things go. This is like one of my biggest downfalls in life.
That was gonna be mine.
Me too.
Yeah, and like being finished with a thing because then it's
especially writing.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that this is finished. So now if somebody doesn't like it, I can't be like, oh, but it's not done. I mean, I hate this version of it too, but it's just so new in the process.
Especially with writing, that's a big issue. Because you go through so many drafts of things, and I forget what I was going to say. It was a really good add-on point to that.
Sounds like it. Well, we'll come back to you, but that's mine, Sammy.
But yeah, I would 100% agree. I'm gonna want to go back and fix stuff. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna have to do a thing where I close it out and I can't open it again or something because I'm gonna want to go back and work on it the next day.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have different ideas and different things that I'm gonna want to do to it. But
what is that? Is that like an OCD thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think possibly.
Maybe.
There's like a fear of being
done with something.
It's not just a fear of being done. It's a fear of publishing. It's a fear of showing the world that I'm done with something.
Yeah.
It could be like an anxiety thing too. I don't know.
But I'll show my butt. Like, I'm not afraid to be naked in public. I feel like, why wouldn't I be
that's
afraid
not
of that, but I would be
scary.
afraid of the other thing.
Yeah, but it's like your creative work is different because it's like something you've made.
Exactly.
Baby, this booty is creative.
So your mom is embarrassed when you get naked because she created that.
Exactly.
She does
ugly.
always get embarrassed when I do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's like, Chrissy, put your little ding-a-ling away.
Big.
It's so small, we can hardly even see it.
It's big.
Honestly, Chris, you can stay naked. You can't even see the ding-a-ling.
You can see it. It's huge.
So my fear is the same as that. I remembered the add-on thing that I wanted to say, though, is just that, like, all of us are doing other things as well. So creating a finished thing and trying to not take too long because we have other things to do and then it is going to feel rushed. Like, I just don't think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to be really stressed out about it. I'm going to half-ass it because I'm not going to want to put that much time into it. Or I'm going to put a lot of time into one and, like, not do the other things I'm supposed to do for the day. I'm just stressed out about this one.
That's fair.
So we agreed that big ding-a-ling.
Yeah.
It's very, very small.
So big.
Thank you, Sammy.
Mine. Any hoozles. Our last segment of this portion.
Let's swim right along then. Let's swim right along.
The public humiliation!
Oh no, bro. Please don't publicly humiliate me, bro. Please.
Then here we are, right upon the closing segment of this first portion of the show. What the hell do we do in this segment? Sam, tell me, please.
Your mom.
Ma!
We humiliate the other people. We humiliate the other people by saying that they're not gonna do it. And we make guesses and claims off of that person's personality, saying that they're not gonna do this week's challenge.
Yeah, or who could use it the most.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Jenny, what do you think? What is this segment like, Jenny? Could you maybe give me a better sell on it?
What?
We're in an elevator and I just...
What? That was good.
This public humiliation segment is really about pulling out the insecurities of other people, saying who could use it the most, who needs this, who could get better from this, and who's not going to do it.
And then I take you off the elevator and me and you proceed to a real meeting room.
And then the elevator falls and Sam dies. And we laugh. We're like, ha ha ha.
And it was the last elevator pitch he ever gave. So sorry, Sam, publicly humiliation. Go ahead.
I think Jenny's not gonna do it
Ooh.
as much.
She does seem very excusey already.
Just because I honestly don't know this for sure, but I think that me and Chris tend to write more often.
Really?
I don't know. I maybe not.
I write a lot of scripts. I just don't show anyone.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know. I would love to see some of those scripts sometime. But as of right now, it seems like you don't write as much as we do. So I would say you. But I'm not like, going hard because I know that you like.
I agreed with you until that part, and then you kind of like digged me, and then Chris also said agree.
I
so
don't digged you because you don't share your writing. I don't know how much you write. I'm shocked.
The air is tense.
I'm gonna write a porno.
I'll publicly humiliate myself as well.
Oh.
Just like I feel like it's,
So sad.
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get really stressed out about it this week, and yeah, I don't know. Me.
Oh, well, that was an emotional one, I feel like.
Oh God, I feel like I really hurt her feelings, but I didn't mean to.
Well, tell you what, I'm not gonna publicly humiliate you, Jenny, because you don't deserve it. You're a great, talented
Okay.
writer and a great soul. So
I
sorry
don't know.
sorry that Sam unleashed on you. She also writes articles pretty much every week, and also other stuff and other scripts, and so
I forgot.
well, maybe you should open your eyes.
Okay, I take it back. I wasn't thinking. Yeah.
He's such a pussy. He's gotta stand his ground, man.
I know. I'm such a pussy, bro.
When I mean to Jenny, I do not back down.
I publicly humiliate Sam for being nice to me.
Yeah, he's such a fucking nice wuss.
Yeah.
I would have to publicly humiliate myself because, and only because,
He's so busy all the time.
He's so busy all the time. He's got so much to do.
There's no time to do
But he wants to do a full
anything
page.
at
He wants to do a full
all.
page, even though he's so fucking busy.
I hate him.
this is weird. I thought it was like my turn. This was so strange that it felt like it was my turn.
No, go ahead.
And honestly, humbling of me to present myself in this light to say that I'm publicly humiliating.
We're so close. We've got 45 seconds until we should end it.
Okay, I'll publicly humiliate myself because of the fact that I fucked up so thoroughly on art therapy that I really did bring shame to my name that week. What is it, like
point.
3, 4 episodes, 2, 3 something episodes ago now? That, and no spoilers, but I disappointed my every generation that came before me within my bloodline
Exactly.
because of
you
that
did.
episode.
As you often do.
So there's a lot of pressure on this one because this is my redemption round, and I really want to take it very, very seriously, and I'm going to try. So, let the phoenix rise from the ashes. Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's great, dude.
Good shit.
Good one.
Oh my God.
All
So,
right.
I'll see you guys next week, I guess.
On the flippity flop.
See you guys in a week, in a flippity freaking flop.
Jenny, do you think that perhaps people listening right now should do it along with us?
Yeah. If you guys want to do this along with us, pause the episode. Feel free to do your
Pause it for 7 whole days.
7 whole days. Make sure to come back and finish it, though, because it's going to be a real doozy.
Yeah.
It is.
But yeah, feel free to do it along with us. Feel free to follow us on all the things. The voice will take us out.
Bye, guys.
7 days later.
Welcome back, everyone, to a sensual part 2. A smooth and sensual journey to part 2-ness.
Smooth journey to the center of the pod.
Okay, yeah. That's a good.
Oh my
That was good. Welcome. Oh my God, he just choked on his fucking microphone. He breathed in too hard, and he's such a suction that he sucked the entirety of our Yeti X microphones, which is not small, by the way. It's at least the size of my penis in circumference, which is about the size of a red oak, as the fan would know.
The fan. You said the fan.
The one fan.
You let it slip that
what
we
do you
have
mean?
one, and you also let
No,
it
he
slip.
didn't make a mistake. It was accurate.
As of then, the audience didn't know that I coughed. They thought that was just like background or noise.
It's the soundboard.
And if we have more than one fan, where are you guys? Reach out, write us a review, prove to us that you're our fans of us. Are oh God.
You know,
was
we
that,
just
Mike?
lost the one fan we had left, so.
Why? Because my AirPod fell out and I coughed and I'm crying? What do you mean we lost the fan? Hey, come back! Fan, did you bring a tissue or a lozenge?
Sam has just departed.
For those just listening, Sam has ran away
He's
from
left.
the camera and his bum's facing the screen.
He's
I just
embarrassed.
remembered that I put in a fan today and I turned it off. Thank God we talked about our fans.
Good, we've pulled this off to be a really strong pun. That's the fan we were talking about in the background is Sam.
I don't know if I would say really strong, but that's fine.
Listen, friends. This is a question I have for you, and it's, how you guys doing?
Bad. I'm doing bad.
Tell me that first, before we get into the juice of it, before we start getting thicky. I don't want to get thicky until we get sticky with this friendship, because it feels like we haven't talked in a little bit.
I'll go first. I'm going bad. My camera, I know you guys aren't seeing the one that I'm seeing, but it's rough.
Listeners, I like transparency. You know, I like to put the opacity down to 0 so everybody can see through all the layers to the base of this Photoshop project. That honesty reveals that Jenny is, what is like a politically correct way of saying, you know, that word that describes what Jenny is?
A cool,
Nope.
fun to be around.
Nope, that's not it. It reflects her lack thereof mind. You know, there's like a brain, what you might call an issue, and she can't do things. She's as if that somebody put somebody in a cave with no lights and no candles, and then the rest is on us to get her out of the cave.
Yeah, as you're talking, I'm messing with my white balance.
No, don't touch the white balance, Jenny.
Oh my God. Guys, my mic just crapped out.
No!
This is classic Sammy hijinks. Sam has temporarily deleted himself from the Better cinematic universe.
Jenny had a pathundra, look it up, dictionary, buy one, of technical problems before this podcast recording session began, and Sammy is now in the midst of quite a few. So I just want you to, if you're out there thinking, this week's been tough, today's been tough, just know that the 2 idiots I surround myself with have had very equally potentially tough experiences themselves, and not everybody is as perfect as they appear. They may be handsome, Jenny especially, but that doesn't mean they're, damn son, smart.
I wish you guys could see what's happening on this end right now, because it is not pretty.
So we can say there's been an emotional ride, a bit of a roller coaster. Voice?
What up?
Can you play a roller coaster sound so they know, for people that aren't familiar with roller coasters?
Okay.
And also emotions?
Sure.
I thought we were pausing for Sam.
Just, I want to give a little clarification that it has been what, if the religious folks would call hell, to get to even this point.
My camera's falling. My camera fell.
Okay.
Listeners, I am going to save you from this misery. Let's jump ahead in time, away from this nightmare.
Well, Sam's not recording. We can hear Sam, but you can't. But basically, Sam has been an inconvenience to all of us. So
I'm back.
Oh no, he's back.
Wait, I'm gonna break some necks. I'm gonna break some necks, specifically yours.
Well, now that your recording's back, we should probably just move straight on to the next segment.
Hey, dear listeners, we normally record on Thursdays, and this fine devil reached out on Thursday being like, hey, we're recording today? And these two,
Kind of a
who are
time
very
crunch,
good
though. I
at
feel like we
getting
gotta
back
get
to
really
us
to
as
it.
the fans,
Time's really kind of running out.
they didn't get back to me until Friday night, and then they were like, okay, let's do 3. And then earlier I had a little bit of an issue, and I'm like, 4. And then they're like, okay, now we won't be back until 5. And then you guys just fucked with a mic for an hour and a half, and now we're at 6:30 when I said I had to be up by 6:45.
It was my camera that I was messing with.
So I would like to start things off with a little bit of about the week at large that we just experienced writing. Maybe we could, I guess, tease the audience in with a segment I like to call One Word Sum Up!
Summing up in one word.
Yeah!
One word sum up.
Let's go around the circle and please give me one beautiful, tenseless, friendshiply filled word to describe your experience writing this week. Please start us off, Sammy.
Aggravating?
With an A.
Yes.
Jenny! One word.
Just
give it just one word. Don't really even have to think about it. What's the first thing that pops into your head?
She's gonna do the bit again.
Well, it's just
Fuck!
Single word.
I've been really stressed out with this
Stressful.
camera
I like stressful. We'll add the
business,
full to it or stressed.
and-
Either way, stress. We get it.
Well, it's not really in relation to
That's
that.
awesome.
though.
Chris's turn. Fulfilling.
Ugh.
Wow. Good point.
Ugh.
That's a good point. That's interesting. That kind of sucks me in to want to keep listening.
Is it?
Is probably what the listeners are thinking right now. Wow, that was insightful, and I can't wait to hear what happens next, is probably what another listener was thinking at that exact moment. So let's give them that. Let's deliver the goods. We call this next portion, delivering the goods. Or maybe we should. Okay, before we get on to actually deliver the goods, I need you two to deliver the goods, which is another word for truth. And before you can deliver the truth, you must please swear with me your honor and your word. For those just listening and not watching, our hands are now officially in front of us on the table. Upon the front of us, in front of us is where the table is, onto the wooden duck of truth. On this duck we swear our truth, swear with me. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, all of the truth, the entirety of words and honesty, and my bond is my word, and my word is my bond, and if lies are upon my eyes, then I will dies, and my parents might cries. Wait!
Okay.
Hands off the duck. Honor
Oh
is
my God.
sworn. We are now forced, legally obliged to tell the truth, just like court, but a little more serious. Please, now we can do the thing we've been waiting to do this whole time, and that is to declare if we fucked up this week in a segment we like to call
Fuck up, did we?
Fuck up, did we?
Moment of Truth. Moment of Truth. Please go around the circle and tell us, fuck up, did ye? Jenny.
Fuck up, didn't I?
I believe it's pronounced Guten Tag.
No, I did them.
Every single day?
Good for you, Jenny. Good for you.
Thanks.
Good for you.
Wow.
Good for
I
you,
was going
Jenny.
to make it more of a thing, but I
Good for you.
figured Chris
Jenny?
thinks he's winning, so I figured I wouldn't go too hard.
Jenny, good for you.
Jenny. I mean, no, that's not you. Sammy.
You're saying it in a cryptic way.
Hey, Jenny,
Did you mess up?
good for you.
Sammy,
Is
you're
this why it's good for
you're
me?
congratulating her.
No, I'm saying this with as in a spirit of camaraderie because I did not fuck up either.
Fuck.
This is trouble, folks. Over to
This
Chrissy's
is
turn.
trouble.
Give me the speaking bear.
Fuck up, did ye?
Did ye?
Not once.
Oh boy.
I
Chris has
thrived.
been high and mighty about this all
Oh my
week.
God, high
my
and mighty.
God.
I don't even think that I've ever been higher and mightier because God, I did good this week.
What about when you were a heroin addict and you overdosed and we had to drive you to the hospital? Were you higher then or were you higher now?
Bro. Now.
He's so
Dude,
high right now.
there were a lot of needles in that arm. And the other arm. And between
Yeah.
your toes for some reason.
Yeah, but this is what I'm always saying. Heroin is good, but writing is great.
I've never heard you say the second
I think
part.
no, you definitely stole that from like a poster in a library. I've seen that somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Dr. Seuss's quote. Shout out to Dr. Seuss.
No, he's been canceled, bro.
He's having a good year, and I want to shout out Green Eggs and Ham, and I want to especially shout out Red Fish, Blue Fish, One Fish, Two Fish. Dr. Seuss, we got you. Official sponsor of this episode, the Seuss family. Shoo, 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 shoo.
Is Dr. Seuss not dead? I thought he died on his birthday.
No, he's dead. No, Jenny, he's dead.
He died on his birthday, right?
Sure.
No, bro. That was Shakespeare, and Shakespeare is still alive.
Et tu, Susse?
Hey, listen, guys, please. Can we just stay seated? Everybody's jumping around. Everybody's monkeying about like little animals, jumping across the bars, climbing from chandelier to windowsill. Please, just focus on the show for 2 seconds because I need you.
Let's talk results.
Exactly.
Let's talk results.
I want to hear about this week at large. Jump to the beginning, jump to the middle, jump to the end. I don't care. Tell me all about it. Writing this week. What was it like? How'd you feel? Did it improve your life? Please. Jenny, I suppose. Let's hear what you got.
Yeah, what do you got, Jenny?
That was the most unconfidently anyone's ever said my name.
I just hate hearing you talk.
Well, no, I mean, what about that time that you met Dr. Seuss and he thought that he knew you before and he guessed? And he was like...
And I went up to him and I was like, Et tu, Susse? And he really didn't like it.
The crowd went wild. Jenny, before we go into maybe how it felt, what the hell did you write, Jenny?
I can go in order, I guess. I wrote...
Do it, but make it snappy because I don't like listening to you for too long.
All right, I can make it super snappy. I wrote 3 articles, 2 scripts, and then I made a presentation about tubs and different types of hot tubs and why my family should probably buy one, but mostly just like differentiating between the different types of hot tubs and why they're good for you.
What's the name of it? What is the name of the presentation? It's got to be snappy or I'm not interested.
Well, I didn't have a title. It just says, hot tub, should we?
But that is snappy. That is snappy, though.
That is snappy.
I just heard God, that was a bunch of snaps I
It's
just heard.
way better than your original title, which was Moment of Hot Tub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which sucked. It's like
That was a terrible,
no one liked it.
terrible title. Whoever came up with that one was really, really stupid.
Just dumb.
But was a sensual person probably and made up for certain flaws with their personality, perhaps?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No.
And so how did you feel about it?
I felt good.
Fascinating.
I could be a therapist. I'm pretty sure.
And so your family was brutally murdered. Are you okay?
No, I'm good. I kind of didn't really like her that much, so it felt good. There's only one day that was stressful, and that's because like I had to go somewhere and I like wasn't sure if I was gonna have time. But other than that, it felt nice to like finish something, especially because I feel like I've been putting off my wring stuff for a long time.
Jenny is really bad at finishing. Chris tells me that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, I finished so good, and she's not good at finishing stuff.
Yeah, when I'm writing, I need like 2 hours of warm up, and then generally you start getting hot and heavy with the writing, and that takes not as long, but I would say the warm up is really important for the writing for me to really finish.
Sometimes I'm writing for so long that I just have to pretend I finished the article. Like I just have to be like, oh, good, that was awesome. This article is done. That was such a good article.
Oh, wow. This article was so good.
I'm so glad this article's finished, and you just have to kind of go with it, you know, and make him think.
And then
that
you
was
go
awesome.
And then you go to the bathroom and you finish your self article off.
Yeah. And sometimes you're going, like Jenny was saying, writing so hot and heavy for so long that once you stop, maybe perhaps you leave it for tomorrow or leave it for later because it's just been too much work. You get blue pen, and that is no fun.
Yeah.
Just for the listeners, just for the slower listeners, we're talking about sex.
We're doing Bone Zone
Sex
jokes.
jokes.
Welcome
Sex
to the Bone
joke.
Zone with Bob.
Bobby Bone Zone.
So guys, I actually am having a little bit of a tough week.
Bobby Bone Zone.
If I ever become a porn star, can I use that? Bobby Bone
Yeah.
Zone?
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah,
that's marketable. I could see that on a marquee.
Yeah, but for now, we'll just use that sometimes we'll go into kind of
Yeah.
Bobby Bone Zone, and we'll talk about sort of
Yeah.
vague sex poetry, I would call it.
Welcome everybody to our newest segment, Bobby Bone Zone.
So anyways, that was my week. Do you guys want to quickly summarize yours?
I'll go. So I wrote 3 short scripts out of like basic ideas that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I just haven't had the energy. And then I wrote 2 reviews off of books that I read, which I really liked. And then I also made a presentation about Discworld, which shout out to Discworld by Terry Pratchett. Everyone should read that series. Start with the City Watch branch of it. It's a very extensive series, but start with the Watch series. You will not regret it. It is a mix of Monty Python.
No, it's not.
And everything in Lord of the Rings and everything good. Just check it out. It's so good.
No, it's not. It sucks.
Jenny's never read one, so she doesn't know.
So I don't like that you're throwing in free plugs. And the reason I don't like that probably is because I haven't had my Blue Chew yet today. And you know what? When I'm feeling down and when I'm feeling frown, I go and undo the brown and instead blue, which is another color, and I chew it. And then I get an erection.
When my pen ball gets blue from writer's block, do you know what I always turn to?
Crunchyroll, which reminds me, my Crunchyroll account is what gets me through the dark days when I have no one to use my Blue Chew with.
And when I watch Crunchyroll, I'm reminded of Squarespace, the easiest way to make a website in 2021.
And when I'm using Squarespace and my long, voluptuous beard touches the keys, I think I need a shave. And you know what's the best way to shave? Harry's razors.
And you know what you should use also, Sam, is Grammarly, because you said voluptuous, and the word is voluptuous. No M, and if you had Grammarly, you'd know that.
Is it really?
Perhaps Sam should get a college degree instead. This episode is sponsored by Sam, go back to school.
Sam, you're taking care of your beard, but you should be taking care of your downstairs beard as well. That's why I recommend Manscaped with the new Lawnmower 3.0.
Wow.
You will just get the closest and the most comfortable shave you could possibly hope for.
That's awesome.
All right, Brands, that one was free, but the next one?
That one is free, but next time.
We'll be sending our invoice.
Wow, we are so unfocused, guys.
Oh, no.
Let's focus up.
Can you tell we're recording on a Saturday instead of a Thursday?
So my main issue with it was
writing
is I didn't like having to stop and be done, which is what my initial fear was I wrote everything and then I'm like, oh my god, my grammar sucks. I don't like how this flows like blank. And then I had to like step away from it.
Well, you could have fixed it.
I mean, you're allowed to fix your grammar. There's no rule against that.
Like, it's not like a one and done. It's like a...
It's not? I thought we had to be, like, once we were done writing, we had to stop.
You had to finish it, but you don't have to, like, immediately, once you type the period at the end, stop. Like, you can go back and edit.
I might have misconstrued the instructions. It's
like we had to draw every day, and you said, well, it's really hard to draw with just one line, and nobody said that.
It's weird that we couldn't use erasers. Did you guys feel like you could have, like, used an eraser a little and that would have been helpful, or?
I might have misconstrued the instructions. I apologize. But yeah, I have a lot of heavily typoed scripts and presentations and reviews.
So what did you do? Like, give me the breakdown.
I wrote 3 scripts. I wrote 2 book reviews. And I made a presentation on Discworld.
That's beautiful.
Cool.
What
that I then showed to Emma, and she really enjoyed it. She didn't fall asleep once.
Oh,
but twice. And also she couldn't read it because there was so many misspellings.
No, that one was I actually did okay with that one.
Wait, what did you present to her? The book reviews or the presentation?
The presentation.
Okay.
It was a 45-page slide about all the backstory of the City Watch.
Oh God.
Because she kept asking me questions about the series, and I had to explain to her fully what it was like, and it was I can send you the link to the presentation if you want to check it out.
We call this segment Moment of Silence for Lovers of Sam. Yes.
Oh man, no one can feel worse for my lovers than I do.
Thoughts and prayers with Emma, Sam's girlfriend.
Shout out Emma. I'm so sorry.
I keep offering her like outs. I finished the presentation. I'm like, do you want to
leave me?
Keep this going? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, aha! Okay, check in 2 months.
I just assume every time I do Sammy things, I don't know, it's like muscle memory to say, please don't leave me. Anyway, anywho.
That's not bone-chillingly accurate at all.
So that's interesting. So I would say, those are all creative things, but it's interesting the jump between scripts, which are directly coming up with story or, structuring it in a creative, more kind of direct flow, creative way you could call it. I'll coin that. I'll trademark that phrase. Really good stuff, Chris. Versus a book review, which is a little more of like an analytical type of creative.
Exactly.
What did you notice the difference? Like, did you get more satisfaction out of one, or did you like mixing it up?
Well, with the shorts, I don't think I'm ever going to make a short again, so it sort of felt like I just need to get these ideas out of my head. But when I was writing a review, I felt really good to get my like ideas and interpretations of like the books that I really, really like onto a page, so I could like look back at them and like more organize my thoughts on the book, as opposed to being like, oh my god, you remember that chapter when this happens, like in regular conversation, like we often do, we book talkers.
Yes, you and your book talkers.
But yeah, it was nice to like get like all my thoughts on a specific book out like somewhere, which was nice.
That is nice. What did you have the most fun with out of all those?
The book reviews.
Even more than the presentation.
The presentation was fun, but it was a lot more work than all the others, because I kept, every time I'm like, okay, almost done. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot to include this. I think I worked for maybe 6 hours on it. And it ended up being 45 slides with rich detail and imagery. And it was, it was a lot.
Two riches to describe the detail. That, again, moment of silence for Emma.
Yeah.
The rich detail on the backstory of the Discworld.
Of each character.
She is a trooper.
Yep.
Wow, so that's very interesting. And Jenny, so you said you had 2 scripts, 3 articles, and a presentation about a hot tub.
And on the presentation day, I kind of wasn't sure if you guys would count that. So I also made a list of script ideas that I had, just so I had something a little extra to go with it.
And what did you, since you had a similar fun little spicy variety, if you will, hot variety, what did you think was the most satisfying to you? What made you feel the best after completing?
Specifically, one of the scripts that I wrote that I really want to show you guys.
Dude, don't spoil it.
What's the title?
It's
Go ahead. What is it?
I was between...
What's a working title?
Fishy.
Oh. And
oh boy.
Or
what's the other?
What was it?
One.
I think.
Are these shorts? Are both these scripts shorts?
Making plans for Nigel.
Right.
Oh, I like that. I like that title. I like the name Nigel.
We're only making plans for Nigel. Well, that one actually, that one's 5 pages. And the other one was 6 or something. And then I wrote 2 pretty long articles. And then one kind of shorter one that was only 3 pages or something.
Ah, fascinating.
My favorite script that I wrote is called Sleeping with the Fishes. Ironically.
Fish theme today.
Fish theme.
But is that
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be grammatically incorrect?
Sleeping with the Fishes was my other idea for the title. And then I was making plans for Nigel.
I also wrote a fish documentary. Is that what you guys did that too?
Fish theme.
I would like to take my turn now. Are all parties consenting, please?
Yeah, but
Yes.
Are you gonna go fast, or are you gonna talk for an hour?
Probably an hour, about an hour. Listen, I'll treat my turn just like we treated your turns, because I'm a fair guy, but with a whole lot more personality, or at least a whole lot of pee. Yeah, I have to pee.
Oh boy.
Anyway, let me give you the rundown. So let me see if I can categorize these. I wrote 1 script/research paper. I'll explain that a little bit more. I'll get there. I wrote 2 articles. 1 script/research article, journal thing.
The video script?
Yes, we'll get there. I wrote 1 formal online series pitch, and I wrote 1 formal television series pitch, so something more budgeted and large scale, 1 more online, internet focused, and then my final thing that I wrote was, and I've been meaning to do this for a while, okay, round of applause for me, because I wrote my first ever stand-up set.
You need to do it.
There's no chance that's gonna happen.
You gotta do it.
You need to do it or you lose.
Oh my God.
I will vote for you to lose unless you do your stand-up set.
There's no chance.
If you do your stand-up set for us, I will let you win. I will say you win right now if you do your stand-up set for us.
I will concede all winning if you do the stand-up set for us right now.
I'll auto win.
Yep.
Yeah.
You swear on your life that I will auto win.
I swear
no
on
matter
my life.
Yes,
I will
if you
let
do it and
auto-win.
you try.
If you do it and you have to put everything into it.
You have to do it as if you were really doing it. and then you
gotta
will win.
You gotta pick up your mic.
Me and
you
Sam
gotta
will
walk
split the
around
loss.
space. Yeah, we'll split
Me
the
and
loss.
Sam will split the loss,
This
and
is
you
a
will
heavy
win.
bet.
But I don't think it's good yet. It's not tight. I spent a day on it, or like 2 hours on it.
It doesn't matter. We'll take that into consideration. That's totally fine.
Chris, you can cut it out. You can cut it out of the podcast.
No, you have
only
to
for
keep
the
it in.
Patreons. Only for the Patreon listeners.
Patreon's only for the Patreons.
Oh, it'll be a Patreon. It'll be a Patreon coming soon.
You just have to do it for us, and we will concede.
That's brutal. I haven't even read it out loud to myself.
We'll give you some feedback on it.
Okay. Deal.
Oh, yeah! Let's go!
Oh baby, the thrills went down, the house was on fire and underwear was thrown everywhere. This juicy clip will eventually be viewable to the world. Is Patreon a good idea or the worst one we've ever had? Let us know, bitches.
All right, back to our regular scheduled programming. All right, Patreon. You can check us out on Patreon when we eventually make a Patreon. It will be out at some point, maybe in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, within 2 to 3 years.
Yes, and that clip will be 30 cents to buy.
30 cents to
really,
buy in for sure. Oh my god. Okay, so right back on track here. Might seem like we cut or whatever there. That's because we did.
Can't prove it.
You know what? Now I'm in stand-up comedy standing desk setup because I'm not going to put the desk back down. So I'm standing for the remainder of the podcast. That's great. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chris.
Totally.
Chris, final question for you.
Shoot.
So your word made it seem like you enjoyed this. Did you enjoy this?
My mission upon this journey was to constantly be jumping around what type of thing I was writing so I could figure out which one I got the most satisfaction from.
Yeah.
And this is the answer. It's all of them. I think it's an ADD thing, perhaps whatever the thing is, an ADHD thing. I don't know. The thing where you like to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
The perfect way to manage that is to finish things, but to then move on to the other things that you are either trying to do, trying to build, trying to grow, whatever. So this system was really good where it was like, okay, this one day I have to finish this thing, and then tomorrow I can work on this next thing. Because I will say, there was one, the thing that I spent the longest on was my script/research thing, because I make these videos, these YouTube videos. This doesn't have to be a full plug, but where I do like, fun, styly little story videos on.
We're both subscribed.
I'm not subscribed. But I heard the first part. Me neither. It cut out a little at the end, so. Anyway.
Yeah, so
They're like money stories.
so you enjoyed it.
So it was fun for you.
They take a lot of research, which is fine. But the writing of the thing is fun. The research is not as fun. So that took me an absurd amount of time to write compared to the other things. But I got the most satisfaction finishing that because it was so much goddamn work that it was like, I don't know, probably what lifting weights is like, but you know how that week went for me. Shout out to the weightlifting episode.
Episode 26.
Chris didn't do well.
I did very good on that episode.
I did so well.
You can tell by Sam's fucking thick buys, baby.
Thick, baby. Thick.
Thick, baby.
Felt good. Really, what was my word? Fulfilling. I was fulfilled. It was so nice, and I like it. What you guys did in the art therapy week, in doing an art creation every day of every week or whatever.
Don't use a mocking tone.
Yeah, shut up. Chrissy talking. That was this week for me. Okay, that was the this of Chris for this week. You hear? Yeah. This was the week for me. I'm not a doodler or a diddler, but I am a dabbler in writing, and that's why I thrive this week. Thank you.
Okay, great.
So tell me this. It seems like everybody liked it, first of all. Did you all have a good week doing this thing?
Yeah.
I feel like if I had done it a different way, because I didn't realize that we had to be like done once we had finished writing it.
Oh yeah, Sam completely disregarded the instructions and just kind
The
of
poor guy, though, sometimes it
noodled around.
It is like sometimes his ear like auto shuts on itself, so he misses crucial details, and it results in a lack of mind power.
It
you ever notice
clenches
that?
up a little bit.
Like
Yeah.
Okay, but what? So what was your word, Big Dumb Sam?
Aggravating, yeah. Because I felt like once I had finished writing it, I was like, oh, I gotta go back and fix all this stuff, but I couldn't. But I realized I could have. So it was my bad.
Yeah.
So it was a self-inflicted aggravation.
It was a self-inflicted aggravation.
Sure.
I feel like if I was like writing something new every day and I could like have as much access to it, like to like change things and work on it some more.
Yeah.
As long as I did it in a day, I would have enjoyed it.
I could see that for you.
You could? That's great.
This is what I would like to know. With all of our vast experiences, if you will. How would we kind of sum this up for perhaps a listener out there right now thinking, God, these guys seem to have thrived during their week writing. I want to thrive. Give me the lowdown. How would you low this sucker down and give them a nice, fluent sum up?
Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, and the ugly.
The good, the bad, the ugly. Ow! The good, the bad, the ugly. This is our chance to go around the circle and give you one good, one bad, one ugly from our week at large. Learn from it. Apply this to your life by these 3 sum ups. Jenny. We will go to you in just a sec. I will give you the good. Okay, the good was regulated satisfaction. It's the same thing we've sort of discovered in the past where when you have a time constraint and you're, see, we have it amidst each other, but setting a rule for yourself of like a self-inflicted deadline makes something have to be done. That's great.
See, I would have said structured creativity, which I think is a better good than yours.
It's basically the exact same thing, but you're just wording it stupidly. What did I even say? How did I word it? It was good either way. We'll remember that.
You said regulated satisfaction.
Oh my God! Did you just come? That was really good. Did you just come up with that? Oh, that was me. Yeah, that was a really good wording for it. So that's what we'll call it. And I think that we've kind of like with things in the past where we've been forced to finish things, we've unanimously discovered that is a net positive. It's like self-inflicting a little deadline into your life. And this one, writing is such a wide-spreading thing. We write mostly creatively, but whether you're an analytical person, whether you're somebody who like edits things, whether you're a blog writer, whether you're a reviewer, we've been all over the place on this week, it seems, in a good way. And it really applies no matter what. Writing is so broad. So just having a set time to finish that shit, it is a regulated satisfaction. And so that's sick.
Yeah.
And the bad.
Who's gonna do the bad?
The bad, I mean, I guess just the stress of having to be done in one day.
So it's like a double-edged sword, you're saying.
Yeah, I guess.
So you're talking like the bad side of the idea of setting a self-inflicted deadline is that like feeling of, shit, this needs to be done.
Yeah, and like not being able to go back and work on it again if you want to, like a different day, which I guess now we could.
Now we can. The week's over.
In the spirit of the challenge, I think that would be the bad.
That's interesting. And is it a fear of a lack of creative satisfaction or more of just the stress of having to finish it?
No, just the stress of knowing like I'm starting this thing and I need to fully realize this thing even if I don't
like it
necessarily feel like in the pocket, you know?
Yes, yeah. I agree. And the ugly Sammy, hit me.
You realize, just for me personally, how bad you are at typing. That's ugly. That's a bummer. Yeah.
That's actually an applicable one.
I'm such a slow typer.
It's ugly if you're a slow typer, writer, whatever, in any form.
Yeah.
Because if you have a self-inflicted deadline to finish it in a day and if you type with 2 fingers, shout out to boomers. 95% of our audience are boomers.
Did you just take my 95% joke?
Yeah, exactly.
Because 95 of our audience does type with 2 fingers.
95 of our audience are 95. And if you type really slow with 2 fingers, sounds like Sammy does, it is problematic to set a self-inflicted deadline because you produce slower than those who are very fast, like your boy Chrissy.
It's annoying. It's a problem. So shall we move on to the biggest loser?
Bow! Our chance to go around the circle and vote for the champion of the week and the loser of the week, because this is a competitive show, as we stated. So we wrote this week. We did some shit. Now let's get competitive, baby. This gets ugly, maybe, or maybe you're gonna be men and women of your words because you promised me that if I gave you that, what's the word for fearful? Oh, fearful performance, that perhaps you'd give me a little cherry on top of this ice cream of misery. So maybe let's just go around and do our votes. Sammy.
I'm a man of my word.
So who's the champion and who's the loser?
Chris, you win. Me and Jenny both lose. I'm a man of my word.
Ooh.
I'm amending my statement. Chris, I'm a man of my word as well. I think you win.
You bitch.
But Sam did it wrong. So I think
Oh,
Sam
you're
loses,
such a
but
bitch.
I will give you
I
your
hate you.
win because you do deserve that.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Do you ever wake up at night realizing that you suck ass?
Well, I realized, why would I split the loss with you?
You are the one who made the offer!
I just realized, why would I split the loss?
You made the offer! You did it! Okay.
Wow, this is so beautiful. Sammy, thank you for being a
This
man
is
of your
so
word.
stupid.
Thank you for being a man of your
Fuck
word.
you
And
guys.
Jenny, I agree
Just fucking bullshit.
with the fact that I win, but I agree with Sam and the fact that both of you lose. So, sorry.
Yes!
Okay, Sam still loses, though.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because there's 2 votes for me
There's
and
2
3
votes
for
for-
Sam.
Oh, this sucks. Jenny, how you
Well, you didn't
are...
fucking do it right.
I still did it!
Let me weigh in here. Sam's
I'm mad at Jenny.
mechanical failure, if you will, did not impact.
It wasn't mechanical. It was his brain failure. His brain
Mechanical,
failed.
you don't realize?
I guess this is how we look at it with his stupid brain failure, I guess is a better way. Yeah, you're right. Did it impact his experience as a whole? Like, did it change the outcome of writing every day?
he didn't want to say a
to
good,
feel
the bad,
better?
the ugly because he didn't.
Fine. I guess Jenny's correct, but this is bullshit.
Okay, but here's a counterpoint. So never mind looking at the emotional side of it, which emotionally, Sammy, I would kiss you any day of the night.
All right, fine, whatever. We'll share the loss.
No, it's fine. Jenny's right.
Well, no, tell me how this works, though. So, yes, technically, Sam has 3 votes lost. Jenny has, 2 votes lost.
Yeah.
But wouldn't we look at it more of Sam votes for Sam and Jenny, Chris votes for Sam and Jenny votes for Sam? So aren't those 3 votes?
I'll change it for me to lose. I fully accept Jenny's points. I was just hoping that, I could skate on by.
You are, and I don't even mean to use this word because I know it's degrading to the First Lady. You're pussy whipped. You're pussy whipped, and you really maybe have to, I don't know, get a brass ball cup so you can start protecting yourself.
So stupid. The amount of times he listens to me versus the amount of times he listens to you, he's Chris's tiny little penis whipped is what he is.
That's so not true. Sam would kick my balls just to see me suffer, and he would lick your toes just to see me suffer. So don't act like you're some sort of victim in all this.
Wait, all of these things sound like positives.
For this week of my writing every day, I'm gonna write hate letters to you, Jenny.
Now the time has come.
The commitment of the Sammy! You know what we do on this show, because when you win on Better Off Better, that's pretty cool. But a bigger deal than that, a big, shiny, tall deal is when you lose on Better Off Better, because we want our punishees to be punished and to pay their dues to become better people. We're about bettering ourselves on this show, and if you're not punished for failure, then you'll never be better. Jenny, hit me with that riff.
La 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 la.
The winner of this week, the champion of the 7-day span, is Chris.
By technicality.
Oh my God, you hear the name and you see the golden lights. There's just something about my name.
Technicality.
The power that it holds. God,
Technicality.
wins again. Wow,
Yep.
God, I'm getting good at this game. It's like Clue. Don't play Clue with this guy. And of course, the loser of the week is Sammy. God, it stinks like a big old loser. Similar to fish, but a little
It's a
worse.
big old bummer.
That's Sam.
Yep, that's me.
To inspire the loser to get better, they're forced to experience the Digital Sammy.
Voice, take it away.
The Digital Sammy is our digital token of shame. The winner of the week is given the honor of designing a 2D image with the intention of being a vile, gruesome, and perhaps offensive source of embarrassment. The loser of the week will be forced to look at said token of shame, as it will be set as their wallpaper on any and all digital devices they use. The only constraint: the image must contain a rotting sandwich somewhere within, as an homage to our original Sammy Award. This is designed to inspire our big fat loser to become a big fat winner in time.
And of course, one final question. What is that final question before we head out of here?
Better, worse.
Are we better off worse?
Better, worse.
Jenny, lead the way.
Better, baby.
Of course. Sammy.
I would say better off better, even though I fucked it up. I really enjoy doing it, but better off better. Yeah, better off better.
Better off better for sure, motherfucker. This was a
BOBs
great
all
one
around.
for me. Satisfaction galore. I finished things now. Even looking back at this, never mind the fact that it made me feel better about finishing things this week. Now I have things that are done that are like, wow, look, hey,
Yeah.
work or whatever. So one of my favorite ones, truly, a true better off better with with green underline on the font.
And maybe some capitals.
Jenny, maybe.
And that's all for this week.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
Love you guys.
Love you so much. You can follow us. Would you say they can follow us, guys?
You could follow us so many
I would say
places.
you can.
Like where?
Voice, where?
The Better Off Better links are in the description of whatever you are listening or watching this on. Go follow us on anything and everything. Also force your entire family to do so as well. You can find a nice sexy list of all our social stuff at cinemonic.com/bob and our thicker catalog at betteroffbetter.com. Be safe, stay sharp, and fuck 'em up, baby.
Wow, voice.
Yes.
That's awesome, voice.
I know.
What a great voice.
Obviously.
We'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.
See you next week when we try
Pillow screaming therapy.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
It's finally over. Thank you for listening. Better Off Better is produced, engineered, and edited by Chris K. Daniels. B.O.B. is a Cinemonic podcast production. One final note, everything said on Better Off Better is for the sake of comedy. Please do not take any of our words or sarcastic claims seriously. The idiots are dancing clowns to make you laugh. All is said in good fun and in the context of a joke. Thank you and good night.